started?
Recording has started.
Okay, welcome to the Benton City special meeting of the Benton City Council on September 9th at 12 noon. So I would have Mr. Bogus, please read the roll call.
Councilwoman Wadsworth, are you here?
Here.
Councilman Sandretto, are you here? Councilman Moakler, are you here? Councilman Reed, are you here?
Here.
Councilwoman Funk, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. We have a quorum of 3. Okay, and I'm going to ask Bill, since he just came back in, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Madam Mayor, it's not on the agenda, but may I make a motion to excuse Councilman Moakler and Sandretto from this meeting?
Okay.
I second.
All right, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Wadsworth, aye.
Funk, aye.
Reed, aye.
Okay. Motion carries. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Rainey to discuss the Hope Lane water project.
How about if I take the first portion of it?
Okay,
We have before us kind of an emergency. We need meters for this Hope Lane water project that we did not get on to the last council meeting. So that if you look, we have a price tag from Core and Maine of $11,029.36. And we need them to finish up this project. If we don't, it'll hold us up potentially months before we can get new meters, is what I'm being told.
And with that, I just wanted to add to.
speak into the
This
microphone.
is something that we added back when Rebecca was here.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, with her leaving and then Patrick coming in, trying to get up to speed with everything, the ball got dropped. But we do need the meters to move forward with the project.
And just to
Okay.
clarify, this is while the trench is open, the meter bases and the meters get replaced on Hope Lane
Yeah,
in its entirety.
all, I think it's 18 water meters.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 18, and we asked for 20 on there.
Yeah.
So pretty much
Yeah.
John, the guy at Corn Main, said that pretty much the next, his next order is gonna be here probably 3 months. So they ordered 20, and 2 weeks ago, he put those aside for us. So he's just waiting for the green light to send them out here. And that was 20 meters and 20 antennas.
Madam Mayor, this is Councilwoman Funk. May I have the floor?
Yes, you may.
Perfect. Thanks, guys, for your work on this. If I recall, this may have been late last year or early this year about water meters. We'd approved to get some additional water meters, a whole bunch of them, more than this. Do we have any water meters in stock, or as part of this emergency meeting because we've depleted our supply fully?
The meters I think you're referring to in that conversation were for the 9th Street project. Same situation. They had the trench open and they needed to replace them because they determined that the meters were leaking underground.
So do we have any extra meters laying around anywhere? Are we going to keep seeing this as a problem? I know we need to deal with the issue at hand, but we want to make sure that the city has what they need.
The
If I can interject, go on.
Yes,
Any of the meters that the Public Works have had on staff, they keep going out to the new homes that are being built. And so they buy a stock of them and they get placed in the new services. And so I think right now we're kind of starting to hit a plateau. Most of Blacktop Estates is close to being developed. All of Mountain View Meadows, all the homes are in there. So we're kind of getting to a plateau of new service requests.
Yeah. Madam Mayor, may I have the floor for a
yes,
second,
you
please?
may.
I need to remind everybody in the meeting that with a special meeting, we can only address the things that are on the agenda. Nothing else. We need to stick to the topics that we have here on the paper. Thank you.
So the meters that we ordered, that you just talked about that were out 3 months, were those the ones that we're ordering now?
No,
Or,
they have those right now at their facility.
they have
Yes,
those?
all 20.
So what's the 3 month?
So the 3 month is if we don't get these and they sell these, we have to wait 3 months to get the,
I'm just wondering if we, like Sarah, plan ahead, maybe we should get more,
And I
maybe we
think-
should get all that we can.
yeah, and I think we should, because at the moment, besides these 18 that we need down there, we do need some on the shelf, because most of the ones we've been getting is for Blacktop and Mountain View. But those are pretty much completed. I think there's 3 or 4 lots up there at Blacktop. It's
So
still
we
being
may
placed
want to
there.
get 10 or 15 extra ones. Does that
I don't
make
think they
sense?
have any. They only have the 20 they ordered.
That's all they
Yeah.
have is 20.
And
that
then
you
3
can
months from
have.
now is their estimated time that they're gonna get their next batch, because they're backward.
So that's all we can get. Okay.
I think we need to put that as a discussion item on the next agenda for approval.
Absolutely. And with that, can we please also have a count and more detailed status report of how many are anticipated in the next 18 months, please?
Right. If you guys can work on that, put that on the next agenda. You
Thank
guys,
you.
do you guys have any other questions about these meters?
I don't. Thank you.
With that, I make a motion that we approve $11,029.36 for Corn, Maine, for a total of 20 meters.
Funk seconds.
Okay. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Reed, aye.
Funk eye.
Wadsworth, aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, and then the second item is paving options for Hope Lane Water Project.
Yep, that's gonna be me. So. Okay. So you have a cost estimate that was included in the packet. And something that came up, or I remembered after I sent that out, was that the existing sewer in Hope Lane is an 8 or a 6-inch sewer line. And sufficient for what it's serving now, but as we know, just to the north of Angeline, there's empty property behind the apartments and next to the church, and about 12 acres. And they're looking at developing that. And as one of the conditions of developing that, I told them that they would have to replace the 6-inch sewer line in Hope Lane with an 8-inch sewer line. That being said, with a moratorium, they're not moving forward at this point. And so if we were looking at paving Hope Lane, my recommendation would be to the city replace that 6 with an 8 and put on a latecomers agreement. So anybody who connects up to a sewer line that flows through there would have to pay some kind of fee to help offset that cost. Otherwise, if we were to go in and pave the full street, then in a year or two, they would come back in and look to develop, and then they would cut the Hope Lane and put a new line in. And I don't think that would be a good use of our resources. I don't think anybody wants to have a new street with a trench patch down the middle of it. So I do have another cost estimate here, and let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to learn how to do this. So in the red, you can see that I've added replacing the 6 with an 8-inch sewer line. And the cost of that's $150 per foot. That includes the removal of the existing 6-inch, replacing with the 8-inch, and all the backfill required with top course or gravel. And part of this cost is they have to keep the sewer open or flowing for homes while they're doing this construction. And so that's why you'd see a little bit higher cost here. And we'd also add a new 6-inch or new 6-foot diameter manhole, because the stretch between 2 manholes is existing at 720 feet. The public works crew, they can't get their jet rotor from one end to the other, and that's typically how you try to clean the sewers, going from one manhole to the other. And so we put one in the middle, which would be about 360 feet between them, which is kind of a standard spacing between 300 and 400 feet. So with that cost, that would bring this up to $426,000. But if we did move forward with the street paving and took out the curb gutter and storm drainage, I have another total down at the bottom. As you can see here, is the $289,291. So I just wanted to bring that up, and maybe this is something that we carry on in discussion at the next council meeting. One thing to note that the patching cost that was associated with the numbers we talked about at the last meeting, that would be reduced. I mean, we wouldn't be paying that patching cost, that $43,000. So I just kind of wanted to kind of bring you guys up to date. This is not holding the contractor up, so it's not a critical issue at this point.
Madam Mayor, may I have the floor?
Yes, you may.
In reference to the upgrading from the 6 to the 8-inch sewer service, is that trench going to be open during this project that they're currently doing?
No, it would only be open if we decided to
Okay.
do it. Yeah,
So it's currently not.
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Madam Mayor, can I have the floor?
Yes, you may.
So my question would be, you mentioned about if they did choose to develop, what is usually, I'm just not sure, like, how much would you expect to get back from the contractors if we go into agreement, if they choose to develop?
Well, if the contractors are developing the 12 acres to the kind of northeast of this or northwest, they would be responsible for that full cost of that sewer line upgrade.
Okay, I just was curious, so that 108,000,
Yes, yep.
So that's actually the 108,000, the 6,000
With the
plus the
6,000.
taxes.
Plus taxes.
We would recover.
okay, thank you.
Madam Mayor, may I have the floor?
Yes, you may.
So it sounds like this is kind of a discussion item then that we can bring back at the next council meeting and have some time to think about it, and also our fellow council members to look at it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, one question that I would or one comment that I would have in terms of making sure we get this right is when you look on the yellow cover sheet for the project, you know, we have the option A and option B, and way to go, Alan, in terms of getting this put together so quickly. I know that it's no small undertaking, and thanks for being so on top of all of it. I think that it would be really important that maybe whatever the two motions are get written out in a bit more detail. Because what I would hate is what we just talked about, the 108, if we're able to move forward and consider the latecomers agreement, but miss it in the motion and miss carrying it forward, those details, then I think we may not end up with the conclusion that we'd like. And I'd hate for the city to be stuck with that cost long-term. So I think we could do a good job memorializing that on our cover page somehow. Is one of the options. And I think that would be important. So it gets minuted correctly, tracked correctly, and everything else. So if you could work on those motions, option A and B, Patrick, that's what I'm asking before our next meeting, when you bring it forward with the specific details, that would be important.
Yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely. And I'm gonna try to put it together in the costs in a form that's easily seen comparatively between the three options that you have.
Madam.
Yes, you may.
So just one thing that from I guess opinion wise, I guess, there might be some other roads that might be more, I guess, to say like more deserving.
Right.
I don't know. And it
Mhm.
might be a good idea to get a better overview of different roads throughout town that might be, you know, if we're talking about doing all this, you know, the sewer, the water and all this stuff, it's just, I don't know if it might be a good idea to look at other streets that potentially
Well,
might be, you know.
Other than the ones that are on the 6-year plan?
Yeah, and or, you know, I mean, there's a lot of different main roads.
Yes, I think Patrick had decided we would all get together and try to go over everything so that we have a clear picture of all of it, not
Yeah.
just the 6-year plan.
Okay. And the other thing too is that I wanted to mention, I know we've been in a interlocal agreement with West Richland for street sweeping and stuff like that. And unfortunately, we don't have that interlocal agreement with West Richland no more, and it's been very difficult to try to find somebody, another municipality or even the DOT to try to do one with us, interlocal agreement for street sweeping. So, I mean, we're talking some pretty big numbers to do all this work, and you know, it'd be a good idea to consider maybe looking into.
This would be unfortunately,
Yeah, it's
Per-
going.
this is
going
all
way- way
we're
out,
kind of
but-
getting off the
We
subject. but
we
this-
can't
Yeah.
travel in this area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a good
Yeah.
conversation for discussion in a
It-
future.
Just make sure it gets put on as an agenda item next time
You take that.
or when.
And that you're putting all the details together for the budgets, because now's the time the budget's due before October 31st.
Thank you.
The two-year budget.
So Sarah and Jessica, I'm assuming you both are in agreement that we need to table this to the next commission or council meeting?
Yes, please.
Okay. I make
Yes,
some-
I'm also in favor of that, a little bit of time.
Perfect. I so make the motion.
Second, Funk, seconds.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Reed, aye.
Wadsworth, aye.
Funk, aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, and with that, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, do I have a second?
Funk, seconds.
Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Reed, aye.
Funk, aye.
Wadsworth, aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Motion
you, council
carries.
members.
Council is adjourned.
Great job,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you.
And recording?